Welcome to For Mannerless Women. I'm your host, Adelle Onyango, and this is a space committed to nurturing a new generation of shame-free women who are ready to meet their best selves. In this episode, we're hanging out with Ingashian Gibendi. She's a product leader in the fintech space. She's also the founder of The Career Whisperer and a bold voice when it comes to women navigating their careers, ambition, and identity. Welcome to For Mannerless Women.
Thank you.
You've been such a supporter of all that we do at Legally Clueless, and you spoke at our wellness talk. And when I heard you speak, I was like, I think after we recorded, I was just like, we have another show.
Yeah. You seem mannerless.
She's just like, I can see the mannerlessness in her. And you do incredible work with just helping women navigate careers in a way that's human. Not in a very technical way of this is how you build your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It's like looking at someone as a human first. So thank you for all you do. But when we talk about careers, right, I feel like that's one space that forces us to be muted and to be nice and to be accommodating and everything that we may not naturally be.
Yeah.
So in that space, what does being mannerless mean to you?
Being mannerless, and when I heard the name of the show, I was like, this is right up my alley. I have been called mannerless before, many times. And I think particularly when it comes to how you show up in the workplace, there is expectation of not just a woman, but Africans to be a particular way at work. You're supposed to be respectful to authority. And what that means is don't talk back.
Yeah.
When they don't question anything.
Yeah.
You're supposed to just follow the rules like a sheep.
Yeah.
In case you have opinions, don't voice them. You're supposed to just be in the shadows.
Yeah.
Basically. And the people who have employed you have all the power and all the control.
Yes.
And you are just sort of following whatever it is you're told to do. And specifically for women, we are expected to even more so be in the shadows.
Yeah.
Leadership positions are for men, or the person who's supposed to speak up is supposed to be a man.
Yeah.
The women are supposed to be very meek and quiet-spirited is a word that has been used.
Quiet-spirited! And that's a term that's it sounds good, but it's not. Yeah.
And actually when I was growing up, maybe in uni, because it was portrayed as such a positive thing, I wanted so desperately to be quiet. Because I've always been loud and but that wasn't attractive.
Yeah.
The gracious men who just carry themselves with
tone it
down. And that expectation is not just in society, it's also carries forward to work.
Yeah.
And that's what being mannerless sort of means to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so funny when I'm hearing you talk, it's just occurring to me because I worked in an organization that had that very ineffective, toxic management style. And when I wanted to leave, there were very many people telling me, oh, why don't you apply to be a manager, blah, blah. And I said, when I look at all the managers, they're doing what you're saying. They're quiet-spirited. Right? And I said, I would never be hired as a manager in this company. That would just be a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Because look, they want people who agree all the time. Do your job and go home. Don't innovate. Yeah. Don't be creative. Don't be loud. Yeah. Just take what I'm telling you to do it and go home, And so it's crazy that happens, right? But speaking of even terms like manager and all of these things, I remember when I was leaving employment, I had to do so much work to try and figure out who am I versus what do I do?
Yeah.
And I was doing this job that to everybody else looks like it's glorious and prestigious and blah, blah, blah. And it's just okay, but who am I? Everybody keep quiet, who am I? Let's talk about how that line is blurred, especially for women when we're trying to be career women and we're chasing the titles.
Yes.
Those lines can get blurred,
very,
right?
Very easily. In fact, if you think about how many times you're asked to introduce yourself, try do that without involving your career.
It's difficult.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Who are you? Oh, I'm the MD of Engine. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah.
I studied engineering, and you're always introducing yourself or thinking about your identity through the lens of what you do. Yes. But what you do is just literally what you do for money.
Yeah.
But it's not who you are.
Yeah.
And that identity starts being crafted from when you're in school. When they start asking you, oh, what courses are you choosing?
Yeah.
What are you going to... And that's
who do you want to be?
Who do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be...
If you say, I want to be happy.
I want to be fulfilled. Listen. What are those? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Or like, what kind of impact do you want to have in the world? It's always like, I want to like work for an NGO, and then like, it's always tied to what it is you do for money. And that's what we need to realize careers are. Yeah. They're just the things you do to earn a living.
And like, meet them as that. Don't give them too much
power and too much identity, too much of your identity to work.
This is interesting because I remember having this conversation with another lady, and she was unemployed for a long time. And there's something she made me aware of. She said, there's so much pressure, even when you go home. And she said, for example, Christmas, it's a Christmas gathering. There's tons, typical African Christmas gathering in shags. There's tons of family. And she's saying the parents are introducing the kids. And they're like, this one is a doctor. This one is an engineer. She's unemployed at this time. They pause at her and they're like, well, she used to, you know what I mean? And she was like, it really makes you doubt who you are or if you have any worth.
Yeah.
Right? Because now all of a sudden it's like, oh God, like
what am I doing?
Exactly.
And I've taken a career break before, and we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But in that season, and I used to meet people, similar experiences for like, what are you doing today? What are you doing nowadays? And there is so much power in just owning the fact that I am here because I've chosen to be here. I used to say I'm fun employed.
Yeah.
Like what I'm doing right now is fun.
Yeah.
I'm resting. I'm in the period of just chilling and relaxing and figuring it out. And that's okay. And that should be normalized, because you can't be doctoring 24/7
exactly.
all your life.
And then you die. It's over, right?
Yeah.
And so if somebody is battling with trying to figure out how to separate their identity from their titles, right? Mm-hmm. Either the titles they have or that they don't have. Because also when you don't have the titles, you feel like I'm nothing, right? Where's a good place to start?
Yeah, a good place to start is by asking yourself, what kind of life do I really, really want? What is it that I'm looking like? If I didn't have to worry about money, what would I do with my day? Start there.
Yeah.
If you didn't have to show up somewhere 9 to 5, what would your day look like? I would wake up in the morning, you'd go for a walk. Maybe you have a dog, maybe not. Maybe you'll have a garden, you'll be going and watering that garden. Maybe you'll be walking to, if you're religious, to church. What would you be if you didn't have to worry about money? What would your day look like? And once you write that down, and I often encourage people to write that down hour by hour.
Oh, wow.
5 a.m., this is what I would do. 6 a.m., this is what I would do. And really like sit with it and say, okay, this is really the life I want. And then your career just fits in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And you may realize your career is taking up a lot more time than you want it to, because you're like, I could have been jogging in Karura, but no, I have to show up to my M-Pesa shop.
Yeah.
Like you might realize that your career is taking up a lot more time in your life than you want it to. And that's a good realization. But once you have that written down on paper, it does tell you who you are or who you'd like to be without it being attached to your title.
This is reminding me about something you said during our wellness talk. Most of the times, this is no shade to all our other speakers, we love you. But most of the times, like I check in for the introduction, I hang on for a bit and then I leave. But I stayed to the very end during your talk because there was just like so much I was also learning, right? And there's something you said that I think you need to share with all the mannerless women watching is how we craft our lives to suit our career when it should be vice versa? Please break that down.
Yeah, and again, the good place to start being like, write down what is the kind of life you want, kind of day-to-day you want. Because you might realize that there is a much shorter path to getting to the life you want if you stopped following your career and instead let your career follow you. And I'll give you an example.
Okay.
So for example, instead of when I was younger, I used to chase certain jobs. Yeah, and I used to be like, I want to work for Facebook. Fun fact, I actually interviewed for Facebook quite a bit.
Yeah.
I want to work for Facebook. And the jobs I was interviewing for were all in Ireland, or however you pronounce that country.
Yeah, it's okay.
And never in my life have I ever thought, I want to live there. No. But the job is there.
So you would... You're signing up for...
I'm ready, and I'm really ready to stop everything, pack my bags, and relocate for the job. Is what a lot of us think about our careers as. They're like, I want that job and I will do whatever I need to do. I'll adjust my life, I'll adjust my situation to be able to go for that job. But since I have really, really like turned that on its head and thought, what kind of life do I want? Oh, what I want flexibility. I want to be there for my family. I want to to take care of my dog. I want to be able to be present for my child and my husband. And this is the life I want to have a house with like a garden where I can host my family members every so often. I want to travel for holiday, because traveling for work is not it. I want to travel for holiday.
This is true. Yeah.
I want to travel for holiday every, like twice or thrice a year. And this is the life I want. And then I wrote down, what are all the careers that can support this life?
So it comes after.
It comes after.
Okay.
Because then I'm thinking, if I became the CEO of Safaricom, that doesn't really support this life.
Yeah, so then the life that you want gets disrupted.
And the CEO of Safaricom, it seems like something that we're told to aim for all our lives.
It's the title.
It's the title.
Yeah.
But like, think about CEOs, guys. They don't really have a life.
Yeah.
And that's the reality.
That's what you're signing up for.
That's what you're signing up for. And it's the same way, like when I hear people saying, like, I want to found a company. I want to leave employment to found a company. I'm like, guys, no.
If it's such case,
to speak. Entrepreneurship is beautiful. But remember what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
Is that for the next 5 years-ish, you need to realize your life is going to be very different. And you're going to not sleep. You're going to be taking on 75 different jobs. So you have to be aware of the kind of life you want and only take careers that support that life. Otherwise, your life is always chasing your career. And then you're unfulfilled and you're unhappy, you're burnt out, and you're constantly wondering like,
what's wrong? And I'm getting the money.
Yeah.
But
the fallacy of money and let's talk about the fallacy of title first of all.
Yeah.
I always tell this story because it's like in 2020 and 2021, my title at work was vice president.
Eish.
I was a VP.
Eish. Did you use it in your title? I am.
I am the VP of operations. And in that time, my phone was busy. My DMs on LinkedIn were like, please mentor me. How did you get here?
Yeah.
You must be such a successful person because of the title.
Yeah.
And then the next job I moved to, my title was product manager. I went from VP to manager, which is what people look at, by the way.
Yeah.
They just go like, product VP? Okay. Product manager? What is this?
Yeah.
And when I went to a PM role, people stopped caring as much.
There's no mentorship.
No. You're not as successful.
Yeah.
What people don't know is that these two jobs, this job, the PM job, was paying me 3x what this job was paying me.
Oh, wow.
The responsibilities in this job, I was responsible for 2 markets. In this job, I was responsible for 5 markets.
Wow.
In both jobs, I was reporting up to the CEO.
Yeah.
And so technically, like, it was one level below the CEO in both positions.
Yeah.
And that's all to say, titles mean absolutely nothing. They are just about, and smaller companies often give you bigger titles.
Yeah.
And sometimes a PM in one company does completely different things from a PM in another company.
Yeah.
The title itself, even when you're job hunting
yeah.
and going to like, I'm looking for product management jobs, that means nothing. In fact, PMs are a made up title, and just like they are all made up. Titles are created when people sit down in a room. They're like, we need to hire for this gap.
Yeah.
What do we call it?
Yeah. What does this person do? Okay. They manage product.
That doesn't seem right. We want to attract, and this is how we think about it. We're like, we want to attract a certain type of person. Maybe we should make it director. But it actually means nothing. And so just that like realization of you're just chasing this title and chasing this title, you need to detach from that completely, because it doesn't really define the career you do. It also doesn't define how much you're paid.
Yeah.
And it doesn't define how your life looks like.
This is so interesting, because if you work at the wrong company, those titles can be used to stroke your ego in a very manipulative way, when really nothing contractually has changed. So I know, for example, there were spaces at works in where you have different radio presenters. Yeah. And then if you maybe, it looks like you have a lot more energy, you're getting a lot more exam. They're like, oh, you are a senior presenter. Yeah. And I'd always be like, what is that? Like, literally, like, my hours haven't changed. My pay hasn't changed. I'm just like, so a senior sounds good. Like, you guys are presenters, me, I'm
senior presenter.
But the other presenters are still reporting to HR or the program's head. So I'm just like, what is this senior thing you guys are saying? What is it? And so you have to really detach from titles, because you can find yourself being manipulated to overwork with minimal pay.
And also it affects how you job hunt. Because if you're a manager today, you're only looking for certain titles. You're looking for senior manager. You're looking for head of something. You're looking for, but those titles mean such different things across organizations that they shouldn't be leading your job search. Otherwise, you're completely lost.
It should be the life that you want to create for yourself.
And the career that can support that life. And the only way to know is to have lots of conversations and network.
Okay.
Because then I can ask you, Adele, in this company of yours, directors wanafanyanga nini? You tell me, their day-to-day job is to paint the walls. I mean, I actually am not interested in painting walls. Yeah. And then you start learning about what people do in their companies fast before you go like, I just want to be a director at that company, because what does that mean to anybody?
Even like preferences now, obviously COVID gave us this preference. I found out I would rather work remotely. Yeah. I definitely, the life I want, there are very few employment roles that can support that in the field that I'm in. Yeah. And so I think I stumbled into what you're saying. I was not clever. It's only now I've suddenly become clever. But it's just understanding that actually this is what I'm more geared for in terms of the life that I want, and even personality.
Yeah. Can I challenge that mindset a little bit?
Oh God.
So I don't want to be employed. No, not to be employed. Yeah. But sometimes we think like that. We're like, the career I'm in, very few employers can support the life I want. Is that a fact?
It's a feeling.
Or a perception?
I've decided.
No, I've looked up the 5 companies
and the 2 that I experienced.
Exactly. And you've decided that very few. What does that mean? Because I always say that careers are divided into bubbles. And you can be in whatever bubble you want to be. Yeah. You can be in that bubble where jobs are scarce. Yeah. It's possible. You can be in that bubble where like employers are rush and whatever. Yeah. You just have to find the right bubble.
Actually, it's true. You have challenged my mindset. And there's another thing you always say that actually could even challenge it further. There's a question you pose, which is like, how many companies do you think there are in the world? And I'm actually thinking of companies in Nairobi. Yeah.
And not even all of them.
Yeah. Just like on 3. On one road. And so we do that, right? Yeah. We really minimize to what we can see. Yeah. Which is true. Okay. You've helped me a bit.
So I can tell you that there definitely exists companies in your field of work that will support remote work. They exist. And once you have that mindset shift, you start looking for them. Where are they?
And you start seeing them.
You start seeing them.
Yeah. This is interesting. And it's our mindset that drives our behaviors in terms of like job hunting, or even like if you're an entrepreneur, it's your habits come after what you believe, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about something I'm struggling with. Other than mindset, man, like it's guilt-free rest. I was reading Homebody, which is a book by one of my favorite poets, Rupi, and she actually writes about, when you see poets writing about something, you know, female manner, like this is a hard thing.
They're the deep things.
If you just got in there, just know, hey, this is a problem we're dealing with, about productivity anxiety. And I bookmarked that page because I was like, I have to keep coming back to this, because it's just so hard for me to rest without, like 2 hours into rest, I'll just feel guilt, being like, Sasa, you're telling me today you have done nothing. And even when I first left employment to go into business, I would actually say, do you know how much employed people have done by 12 noon and you have just sent one email?
You know that story for the rich people who woke up at 4 a.m. and then they went this way. And then they put in traffic.
I used to do that to myself. Granted, at least my tone has become better, but I still have, and I there's this other rational voice that's like, dude, you're tired. Like, imagine it's not that deep. You're just tired, you know? How do we break out of that bubble and allow ourselves to rest without feeling like we're not worthy because our self-worth is like tied to how hard we're working?
Yeah. Have you ever realized that employment is the only institution, or careers, even if it's not employment, even entrepreneurship, it's the only societal institution ever since we were born that doesn't have built-in rest? When we were in school, there was term breaks.
Yeah. For everyone go home, please.
Everybody's home, should are home.
Yeah.
Universities have long breaks in between. Yeah. Well, before this, like trimester situations, but long 5-month breaks when I was in uni in between. And then you go into work and there's no breaks.
Yeah.
You work Monday to Monday, every day of the year for the rest of your life.
And you even have to lie.
You have to take a break. To take a break.
Look for a doctor. I know I'm exposing myself. Look for a doctor to write a note. Please. Beg. But that's true.
And it's just not human in nature to not rest.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I keep telling my clients when we're talking about them wanting to rest, first I tell them, remember you have permission to rest. If nobody has ever given you permission, I am giving you permission to rest.
Yeah.
Resting is something that you don't necessarily have to earn. It is something that you must do. It's a necessity for you to succeed and to thrive and to be healthy, and you need to rest.
Yeah.
It's not that it's like a reward to the work that you've done. Secondly, the idea that taking a break is equal to unproductivity is a lie.
Oh my God. Yes. Because I feel that. And I would sometimes tell myself that, like, you're not being productive. What is this?
Rest is productive. And all of you know this, because every time you take a break, you come back feeling rejuvenated. You are more creative.
True.
You are able to perform better at work once you've had a period of rest. But if you don't rest, the opposite is true.
Yeah.
You then are burnt out. You are just getting through the day.
Yeah.
You are checking off to-do lists. You are not as productive at work. If you're not productive in rest, you have to rest. The 2 ways I normally encourage people to feed in rest, if you're employed, is to book that rest ahead of time.
Okay.
Not to wait until you're tired to then take a break.
Yeah.
So every year I have a leave calendar that I put out. We have one for this year as well.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is what I recommend your leave days to look like, because it feeds in every quarter. You're taking a break, a deliberate break.
Yeah.
And you are planning to take it ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then finding things to do at that point instead of waiting to get tired and then thinking, let me go to Mombasa for a rainy day. Because at that point it's counterproductive. Because burnout cannot be cured by a 1 week holiday.
Yeah.
But burnout can be prevented by very clearly scheduled 1 week holidays throughout the year. You can prevent the burnout.
Yeah.
So take the rest intentionally, deliberately, plan it ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then take it regardless. Even if it means taking it and sitting in your house and looking at your plants. You don't have to have plans to go to Rwanda.
Just it doesn't count you, because then when you make it that big, people are like, I'm not going,
Take the government has put it in the law that you need to take a break.
Yeah.
And it perplexes me that people have 100 days untaken. Like, you have been backing up days for 5 years. You're just giving the employer free money.
Exactly.
So plan to take the rest. The second way I encourage you to feed in the rest is plan to take a long break every 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
A long break.
What is a long? Oh, okay.
A couple of months.
Okay.
3 months minimum.
Like, you've said it, and my anxiety has just gone up, because I'm just like, and who will be doing production? You see where we go?
You see, you've planned to take the break, and so the production will work around.
So you plan,
It actually works better. Even the pre-planned leave days works better, because when they're planning to give you that project in Uganda, you tell them, on this date,
I'm not
there. When they're planning to do performance reviews, you're like, on this date, I'm not there. So we need to start them the next week. Otherwise, you're playing catch up. You're like, I haven't yet rested. Things have been crazy, so I haven't rested. Things are crazy because you did not plan to rest.
Yeah.
Plan to rest and then work around that.
Everything will now be planned
around that.
Why do you feel like it's important to take the long break? Because I think most of the times when we talk about rest, we talk about the short bursts of it. So why do you think the career breaks, if we can call them, are so important?
The main reason is, as human beings, our lives are always evolving. And the challenge of being stuck in your day-to-day is it becomes almost second nature to you, that you wake up in the morning, you come for a shoot. You do the shoot, you go home, you do the thing that you're supposed to do. It becomes second nature. You never have time to pause, reevaluate. Is this still the life I want?
Yeah.
Because the thing about life is that the life you wanted at 20 is not the same life you want at 30.
Even at 25.
Yeah. It's not the same life you want when you have kids. Yeah. It's not the same life. Life has seasons. And if you're not pausing and evaluating whether your career fits your current season, then again, umebant. Yeah. But then you get to a point, you're like, why am I so unfulfilled? Yeah. Like, I wanted this when I was 28, 27.
Yeah.
I remember praying fervently for a job that will give me travel. Yeah. I was like, I just want to travel.
Yeah.
And then I traveled.
You got that job.
The year after,
I
used to come home to pack my suitcase
and
apply for my visa and go.
Yeah.
I traveled. I think I was like 70% of my year I was out of the country.
Yeah.
Right now, in the season I'm in right now, I am constantly pushing off travel. I'm like, that trip, do I have to go? Can somebody else go on my behalf? Because the season I'm in now, I have a little baby. Now think about travel. You have to think, what will this baby eat? Yeah. You have to figure out pumping schedules across these several counties and several time zones. You flying for 9 hours is not acceptable. Yeah. So the season I'm in right now, if I had kept that job, I would
be burnt out just from planning.
So so you have to constantly be like, okay, I have done the thing. Yeah. The goal has been achieved. Yeah. Do I still want that? Is my life still accommodating of that? Yeah. And then now the job I want now is a remote job that allows me flexibility to be a present parent. Yes. I have one goal, to be a present parent. That's it. And everything else is secondary, including the money. Yeah. It's secondary. Yeah. Because then this season will end. Yeah. The children will grow up.
And then went to their travel one again.
And then I'd be like, now, I did not go to that island. I want to go back. I might even want to relocate and go to another country. So you have to, that's why career breaks are important.
So you took a career break?
I took a career break.
How long was it?
A 6-month career break.
Okay.
It was unplanned.
Okay.
And this is why I keep telling people to plan the career break. My career break was unplanned.
Okay.
I took the break after I lost my dad, and I for the first time in my life, I could not work. I had been working, my nervous system just stopped. And I used to go for meetings and weep the entire meeting. And I just couldn't function.
Yeah.
And so I remember at that time, my manager asked me, we're willing to give you as much time as you need. Just tell us how much. And I was like, I don't know how much time I need. And so, and I can't keep you on edge like this. So I took a break. In the beginning, I was like, I want to allow myself financially a 1-year break. But let's see how we are feeling. It was very, very unplanned. And in those 6 months, the first 2 months were rough. The identity thing is real. The productivity, I used to wake up on a Monday and stare at my wall. Yeah. I'm like, can I watch Netflix? Because they're going to rush work tomorrow. And I'm like, I can't relate. And then since I was so free, I used to visit my friends. And then a day meeting, then I'm like, why? Oh, it's Wednesday. And those first 2 months, I actually almost went into depression because of it was a very dramatic, inertia. It's like when you're moving so fast and then you stop. Yeah. And I just was pulled back so hard. Yeah. But then from month 3, when I embraced it, I decided, you know what? What are all the things I wanted to do with my life and I couldn't do because I was working? I wanted to nap on a Monday at 2. I created a schedule. I had my career break schedule. And the goal was have nothing productive in that schedule. Nothing productive in the
that side hustle I wanted to.
I had no product. It was like Monday, Karura. I used to go to Karura every single day. Wow. Can you imagine the dream? I miss it.
Okay.
I was just knitting, painting. I was calling my sister on a Wednesday. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm coming for dinner. Yeah. And I would drive to her house for dinner. Yeah. I was visiting my friends. I had call my grandmother. Yeah. How are you doing? Yeah. An unproductive calendar. And when I embraced the rest, that is when the real transformation happened. That's when I started questioning and wondering, the life I have built, this is really what maybe I just don't like working.
Maybe that's the life I want.
Maybe that's the problem. Yeah. Maybe this is the life I want. Yeah. And the employer that I was with, even though that job was my dream job, before I left, it was my dream job. It was the most money I'd ever been paid. It was all the things you imagine as a little girl, as a little Kenyan girl, that you can never achieve. That job allowed me to achieve that. So it was very hard to leave. And after those 3 months, I did have the opportunity to go back. But I was like, actually, this job is not helping me build the life I want.
That's now clearer to you because of this break.
It was this break allowed me to now think about what do I really, really, really want? Yeah. So I built the Career Whisperer. Yeah. It was built in that season of just I'm really passionate about this. I've always found myself gravitating towards helping people build better careers. I'm not a HR manager. I don't have any skin in that game. But I'm really, every job I've done, every role I've held, I found myself leaning towards company culture type work, or mindset shift work, or helping people find their voices at work and finding their power at work. Every single role I've held. And I was like, this is something I really, really enjoy doing. And when I wrote my hour by hour thing, I had 2 hours in there where I want to talk to some women and just teach them what I know. Yeah. And that's when I built the Career Whisperer.
This is so incredible. And during the career break, what was the reaction
of the people around me?
From the people around you, because this is something that maybe not many people do.
Yeah. So when the thing that triggered the decision to leave the company was that my role was changing and I needed to relocate to Uganda. It was not even to a market that had operations, and the company didn't have operations in Kenya. And so I needed to pick a market. Yeah. And Uganda was the closest one. And at that time, I was like, what do I need in my life right now? I need to be present for my family. We were all going through grief. I needed to be close to my support system, my therapist, my boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
My, I need to be close to my support system. I need to take care of my dog. I had a dog, a little puppy. I was like, who's going to take care of this dog?
Yeah.
I needed to, and there was also like, I want to earn a living and I want to contribute meaningfully, etc. But the relocating wasn't going to support that. And so the decision when I was making it, I was with my mom. I was with my mom and my friends and everybody was around me when I was like trying to make the decision because we were all in the grief season. And my mom was like, Uganda is not that far.
Yeah.
Now you'll stop and do what?
Yeah.
Then you'll be on break doing nothing.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's yes. You're doing a bamba.
Nothing. Yes. It was not a decision that many people understood or supported. There was also the uncertainty of what if you never get a job that pays you as much? What if you never get a job that you love as much?
Yeah.
I then realized in the career break, I didn't even love it that much. I didn't.
Or was I like groomed to love a job that looked like that?
This, yeah.
Right. So automatically I should love it. Yeah.
Exactly. So it was a lot of uncertainty around like, oh, this is going to be the worst decision you've ever made for your career. And I found sometimes that talk entered my head. I was like, maybe I'll never find an employer that pays me that much.
Yeah.
Oh, the world is made up of 300 billion people. I mean, how many people are in the world? 8 billion, 10 billion, whatever. 300 million companies.
Yeah.
There's going to be one. Yeah. I just need one that will pay me the same amount. So I think that transformation happening in the career break really made it clear for me the kinds of employers I was looking at next. And I paid for it.
Yeah.
Because when I took my next offer, I took a pay cut. But that pay cut was well worth it.
Because now it supported
the life I wanted.
Yeah.
Because I was able to work. I keep saying my glorious independent contributor year.
Yeah.
I was not managing any teams. I had very clearly scoped work. I was managing like 6 hours on a bad day. The focus I had was great.
Yeah.
I took several 3-week holidays in that year and I needed that.
Yeah.
Because I was still healing. I was still like recovering. I needed that year to look like that. And it was perfect.
You know, like I'm listening to you talk and I'm just realizing how crazy the employment space is and has been normalized as far as rest is concerned. Because when I lost my mom, I was working at a radio station. I took 2 or 3 weeks off.
You've just married at that point.
And then, I'm Jango.
Yeah.
So,
Time, have you married? Have you married? Because it's normally a month.
It takes 2 weeks just to settle in, to know, and this really happened here. Yeah. And then I went back to work. Like I was on air. And I would be like, speaking to everybody who's listening. And then like when the mic is off, like crying. Yeah. And a few months afterwards, I don't know how long, I moved to a new company, right?
Yeah.
And so I just kept working.
So I just kept working, like onboarding.
Exactly. And then, and maybe someone watching this has the same culture where they work. When the HR manager is telling you, you still have so many leave days, you have not taken your leave days, but your line manager is not allowing you to take leave. And then what happens is you end up sick.
Yeah.
Right? And I thought about this the other day. Whenever I get sick, I would feel like a failure. Yeah. Like I've done something wrong. Like how could I allow myself to get a homa? And like, it's only now that I'm like, goodness, like
you weren't resting.
Yeah, people get sick. So it's just like our relationship with rest.
Yeah.
In the employment space and honestly just across the board is really not, it's not serving us.
Yeah. There's something you've said, and this is another like thing that taking back power in your own career is very important because your rest is your right. It is your legal right. Your line manager refusing to sign that leave form is illegal.
I wish I would have.
Even
in jail.
Straight to jail.
Swear.
Straight to jail. When I book my leave days, I don't ask.
You inform.
I inform. See, we all have the same thing.
Mine are these.
These are the ones I'm taking. And you know the thing about doing that is because your manager has not even planned that far.
Yeah.
So they don't know that on the 28th of July I will need you. And unless it's something that's pre-planned.
Yeah.
So at that point you're taking back the power. You're saying these are the days I'm taking off.
Yeah.
So that you are aware, and like when you're planning whatever you're planning, you need to plan around those days because rest is your right, and you need to take the rest and not to be given the rest or to be allowed the rest by your employers. But that, like that mindset, even managers, that we have bad managers all over the place. They were also managed like that. They don't know how to rest. They are passing it forward. So like just being able to like do that little shift in rest is my right. I am going to take it. And sometimes I'm going to take it unpaid. If I've finished my 21 days, I'm taking 3 more days, but unpaid. Like, I'll just cut them from my salary. And that's okay.
And also knowing that nothing is going to burn.
Nothing.
Like, imagine, things will be the same when you come back. I assure you.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
What do you think is the one thing, as we wind up, that is so important for women to know in terms of their career, based on what we've talked about, from identity to rest to the career breaks? Like that's so incredible, to building a life that then your career fits into.
Yeah.
What is important for women to know?
I'd say the most important thing to know is, for a lot of us, our careers are happening to us. And then they're defining our lives for us.
Yeah.
So you end up in the career you're in because that's what the government told you to go and do.
Yeah.
Because you graduated uni. You don't take leave because your manager has said no to the leave days, or because the company does not have a built-in 3 month 3 month break. You know, the company I work for doesn't support that. Or like you're taking, like I am on maternity leave right now, and before this year, my company's policy was maternity leave was 3 months long. When I got pregnant last year, when I was talking to my manager, I told her I am taking 6 months. I am planning to take 6 months. Yeah. Does the company support that or not? Because I am going to prepare myself financially for any outcome, but my plan is to take that. My life is being to take a break for 6 months, and that then gives me power and control over my own rest. And that's the one takeaway. Remember that you really truly have the power to craft and control the career you want, because your career is just a part of your life.
Don't you find that we go in, that's so powerful, we go in with a scarcity mentality because of how we look at, even like what I was saying earlier, like there's no company that's going to support the life I want. There's scarcity there. Yeah. Right? So I think we hold on and follow whatever this career is saying. Yeah. We are going. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, it's only this one. Yeah. You know?
And you will shock your employers, I promise you, I guarantee it, when you tell your employers the things that you want. Yeah. But then you will discover something, that careers, employers, all those people are people. They are human beings. All those decisions, you think HR policies came from where? Yeah. From a HR person. Yeah. Or like from the leadership of the company. Yeah. And there's a power in having that example of if you were able to get away with it. Yeah. Why can't I? Yeah. Why can't I? Yeah. Be those examples. Yeah. Start by just taking power in your rest, taking power in your career, and ensuring that it's like following your life and not the other way around. Yeah. It's taking power in the kind of your job description. Job descriptions are fluid. I keep saying everything in your career, everything is negotiable. Nothing is hard cast in stone. Yeah. Because all those systems, all those cultures, all those situations were created by people. Yeah. And if there's one thing about people, they are fluid. Yeah. There's a whole spectrum of options.
It can move. It's moldable.
It's moldable.
Do you know, I was going to wrap up, but I forgot to ask you something so important. And it's something that you said so beautifully, and I just think it would be terrible if you don't say it. When we're talking about the life we create, and identities and all of these things, relationships and how the partner you choose impacts your career.
Yeah.
We don't seem to ever want to go there.
That is, for and this is going to be a sexist take, but that's my position. Men often don't have to think about their spouses when it comes to their careers. Most of the time. Because the expectation from society is that men will go and work.
Yeah.
And whatever job they choose, the woman will do what? Support. You're like, support your husband. If somebody needs to quit their job, it's you.
Yeah.
If somebody needs to be at home to prepare a hot meal, it's you.
If we're relocating, you leave we are going.
Yeah, we are going. Like one of my best friends just relocated and her husband moved for her and it was blowing everybody's mind.
Yeah.
Because the expectation in society is that women in marriages and in relationships adjust to support the man's career because he's the vision bearer or financial earner, all that kind of stuff. So even more importantly for women, the partner you choose to spend your life with, or whatever season of life you choose to spend your life with, has such a big impact on your well-being and your career well-being. Your well-being, I don't have to explain.
Yeah.
Your career well-being.
You'll be resting or not.
If you're resting or not. Your career well-being.
Yeah.
Again, with the mindset of like, men are not like that scarcity. You need to enter the partner choosing field.
The playground.
Realizing that the life you want, there is a partner that can support that life. And you need to choose that partner very, very carefully. If you are planning over here to be a remote worker who is, sometimes going for walks and runs and still running that company, etc. And you have a partner who expects you to be laboring from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. at home, something will have to give.
Yeah.
And many times that thing that is giving is your career. When you're choosing and defining and writing down about your life, write down the kind of partner that will support that life as well as the employer that will support that life. Because those two inputs are, the employer, unfortunately, is a smaller voice, or fortunately, a smaller voice than your partner.
Yeah.
And so having that partner who will support that is very, very important. Choose partners who will enable you to have the kind of life that you live, that you want to live, because that is often the piece that is breaking within.
Yeah. And thank you so much. I'm so happy that we got to talk on that, because when we talk about careers, we never touch. I think we segment life so much and we forget there are parts that influence the others, right? And then thank you for the work that you do, Ingashian. Like, the Career Whisperer is just changing so many lives. And so it's an honor to have you on the show.
I love being here as a mannerless woman.
Yay! It's finally a compliment.
Now I, more than anything, like, when I was young, I was like, I really, really want to be quiet.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, when I enter a room,
I'm loud.
I'm loud. I'm loud. And I love it.
Yeah. And so if you check out the description of this episode, there are resources and links for you to connect with the Career Whisperer and get some coaching if you want to understand more about your mindset, what you need to embrace when going into the career and the life that you want to build for yourself. But thank you so much for watching this episode and being part of this community. Don't forget to share it with all the mannerless and almost mannerless women in your life, and be here next week for the next episode.